taking place along the southern U.S. border with Mexico. Recent Mexican army and police force conflicts with heavy armed narcotic cartels have escalated to levels equivalent to military small combat and have included use of machine guns and fragmentation grenades, said the State Department. Now this is what's going on our southern border. Fragment grenades, machine guns. Perino told CNS that she did not know whether the president was aware of the alert or not. A follow-up email to the White House requesting specific information on legal action concerning the 128 documented cases of murder and executions. That's 128 documented cases of murder and executions of Americans in Mexico in the last 2 years was met only with a recommendation to contact the Attorney General of Mexico. The Justice Department and the State Department have also both previously stated that they have no information on any arrests, prosecutions, or convictions related to these murders. Are you hearing what I have reported? The past 3 weeks in regards to our southern border, apparently in places it is a war zone. Americans are being kidnapped and murdered. And I know you get tired of me saying it, but I must want to say it again, largely goes unreported by our press. The State Department is issuing travel alerts to Americans around the border now. I'm sorry, I expect a little better than this from our government. Y'all should be enraged. I know I am. Murder and mayhem of Americans, where we know we have the military might to secure our borders, then why isn't it done? Obviously, it is the wishes of the powers that be that we are overrun by illegal aliens and that these crimes continue. I say shame on the Congress, shame on the Senate, shame on the President for their complete dereliction of their duty to secure our borders. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we want to go to your phone calls. Remember, the phone number is 873-1400 in Davie County is 336-499-0681. And then we're going to come back with the Michael Reagan story. All right, we're back on the Real News. And as I said earlier today, Michael Reagan made some comments that aired in complete contrast to everything a free society should stand for, and we want to air that clip now.
Take them out and shoot them. Really, just find the people that are sending those letters to our troops to demoralize our troops, do what they do. You take them out, they are traitors to this country, and shoot them. You have a problem with that? Deal with it. But anybody who would do that doesn't deserve to live. You shoot them. You call them traitors, that's what they are, and you shoot them dead. I'll pay for the bullet.
Okay, what he's talking about here is Mark Dice, which is an anti-war protester, is sending DVDs to the troops claiming government involvement in the events of 9/11. Mark Dice just happens to be a free American. He can mail DVDs to whomever he pleases. Michael Reagan here is acting as judge, jury, and executioner. Michael Reagan advocates pure murder if you question events, if you dare question the establishment story. You peasants, you, how dare you become an activist? How dare you protest the war? You should be shot. Cold-blooded murder, and I, Michael Reagan, will pay for the bullet. What a hypocrite. I say he should be held accountable for his statements if he called for gays to be shot, or if he called for a certain race to be shot, he would be publicly crucified. But since he is calling for the murder of 9/11 truthers, since he's calling for the murder of anti-war protesters, since he's calling for the murder of Ron Paul supporters, if you keep listening to the clip, I guess that's supposed to be okay. Well, I say it's not okay. I demand we stand up against this kind of open attack on free speech. We can dissent. We can question our government that is caught repeatedly lying to us. This flies in the face of freedom. It flies in the face of liberty. It flies in the face of everything a free republic should stand for. We've got a second call for action this week because this is unacceptable to me and it should be unacceptable to you. Michael Reagan, you seeker of the truth, why didn't you report on the Bilderberg last week, you hypocrite, you media lapdog puppet? I'm calling you out. You're an establishment stooge. You're no patriot. You're part of the problem. Trying to deny people the right to dissent, our First Amendment rights, our rights to question freely. Shame on you, Michael Reagan, and we're going to do our best here to have him on as a guest next week, because I have absolutely no problem debating him on the air on the events of 9/11, on the Ron Paul platform, or on the war. So we're going to see if we can get him on. But I want to give out Michael Reagan's boss's number at Radio America, 703-302-1000, and you can email Michael Reagan at www.reagan.com/contact.cfm. Be polite, be professional, be civil, but let's contact this person and tell them that these kind of comments is not what America is based on, and we're not going to accept it here anymore.
Well, as Howard Zinn said, dissent is the ultimate form of patriotism. Just simply sit idle and not ever question anything your government does is just complacency.
Exactly. And that's what they want. They don't even want to question anything. Just let the government go on with its unconstitutional wars. Congress didn't declare war in Iraq or Afghanistan. It flies in the face of the Constitution. If you try to be an activist, if you try to question anything, then according to Michael Reagan, you're supposed to be taken out and shot, and he's willing to buy the bullet.
Perhaps if more people during the 1930s had questioned Adolf Hitler, maybe several hundred million people would still be alive.
Exactly. I mean, we have to be, in a free society, you have to be able to question things. Whether you're right or whether you're wrong, whether you love the war or whether you don't, we all have to have the right in a forum like this to discuss them. No one has the right to come out and call for people to be shot. Whether you agree with what Mark Dice is doing or not is not the question here. But as a free American, he can send anyone any DVD he wants to. Anyone can send me any DVD they want to, and if I don't like it, I'll put it where it properly goes, in the trash. But I'm not going to say if someone sends me a DVD of whatever, I'm not going to come down here and ask someone and say they should be shot. That's ridiculous. And it offended me, and I hope it offends a lot of other people, because this right here is exactly the thing that brings America down. It's the thing we can't stand for. Everyone's opinion, right or wrong, whether you agree or disagree, they should have the right to say so. And if you'd like to call in and comment, we'd like to get your phone calls. Again, the number is 704-873-1400. The Davie County number is 336-499-0681. And feel free to ring in before we go off the air. I wanted to comment also on Kucinich. My pronunciation. Kucinich. I always get that wrong. Has submitted 35 articles of impeachment. We got a phone call. Hey, you're on the Real News.
Yes, sir. Can I have that number from Mike Reagan's boss again?
It's 703-302-1000. Is this Gail?
Yes, sir.
Gail, you tried to contact both the Michael Reagan, Sean Hannity, and Rush Limbaugh.
Yes, sir.
And you got...
I got cut down very heavily by the Sean Hannity screeners.
Now, let me get everyone up to speed. You were trying to contact them concerning our broadcast last week about Bilderberg.
That's correct.
And what did they say when you would contact their screeners?
They would not give me time on the air, no matter how long time of the day would be.
So you couldn't inform them or discuss with them an event that was happening. When were you calling them? Monday?
Yes.
An event that had just finished up. You couldn't contact them about that. They wouldn't let you through to speak about the truth.
No, sir. I tried 3 times. I talked to the lady screener 3 times, and she was very advantageous about getting me off the line.
Well, I commend you for trying to spread the truth. I found that very interesting when I spoke to you earlier. And again, that number is 7